Hello folks, this is your host Gina. We are going to make a little bit of V-steel today. One V-steel ingot to be exact. The aim of this little tutorial is to bust some of the myths surrounding this fairly intimidating topic, as well as making the process as fast and as easy as possible. Before we get started, I need you to carefully read these disclaimers. I did consult my Labrador and he's pretty sure everything is covered. So take your time and let's read this. Great stuff. Now that that's out of the way, let's set some basics. This is a small little setup I prefer to use for my hover gardens. These are clusters of 9, fairly easy to construct, to give you a total of 72 herb gardens. That means 36 of each type of herb. End result is roughly about 300 herbs per harvest. I use the weakest components possible in my herb garden construction. We're going here for quantity and not quality. So we're looking at 10 quality sand there. The closest hardwood tree that you can find for the boards, quality 10 nails, if you can produce that. My preferred setup, and this is only my choice, is a 6 bloomery setup, all within easy reach of each other, and then a dedicated horse cart for the storage of this. This is only for this specific function, so it can obviously be removed afterwards. Some tips: have everything handy within direct reach. For this action, I recommend the use of an empty horse cart. And remember, you cannot break anything. If you mess it up, if it's a total F up, just stop, take a break, rethink it, and redo it. Okay, to debunk and bust the first myth is the quality of the ores. Here is what I managed with great effort to accumulate. You're going to struggle to find worse than that. This is quality 10 herbs made into quality 1 flux. This is just for illustration purposes. The raw iron ore is 11 quality, gold 21, copper 10, and silver 26. I tried my hardest. I could find no worse than that. So we will now see if you can make V-steel with really shitty components. Okay, here in the horse cart is every single thing that we are going to use for this little exercise. I use 100 silver ore. I'll explain a bit later why. Charcoal, you can never have enough charcoal. A few maybe overkill here, but a few small repair kits, some food if you get hungry, a crucible. I have steel at this point in time, so I use it. Later on I'm going to put on the sexy blacksmith outfit. I need one handle and I need a blacksmith hammer. These are the ores, but we will get back to those in just a sec. Let's do a quick recap on the ores breakdown. What do you need to make a single Vostascus ingot? You need 2,400 iron ore, which you're going to smelt into 120 iron ingots, and you're going to use 720 flux. The 60 iron ingots and 360 flux per bloomery, meaning you split it. And that's going to produce 60 steel ingots and eventually 300 steel bars. This is the most complicated of all, is to get to the eventuality of 300 steel bars. Maybe a good idea right now is to make just a screenshot of this and save it for future reference. Then you're going to need 1,200 copper ores. You're going to smelt it into 60 copper ingots to produce 300 copper bars, 320 silver ore, 8 silver ingots, 300 lumps of silver in product, and there's going to be some leftovers. 1280 gold ore, it's going to give you 4 gold ingots and 150 lumps of gold. Again, some leftovers. To make 150 irregular alloy, you need, in summary, 300 copper bars, 300 steel bars, 300 lumps of silver, 150 lumps of gold. Now you're going to split this into 2 equal parts per ore composition, as this is too big for one bloomery. Let me show you. So there we go. We're going to take this. I'm going to make this 150. And I'm going to split it. Same here. Nice. Bad. Why do we do this? If you might have missed it, look at your weight. You've got 150, another 150, that's 300. Plus 18, plus 9. So what's that? 330 you need. Charcoal. Yeah, and it's going to go close to 400, which is the max capacity of your bloomery in any case. So we split this. We are going to smelt this twice, same operation twice in a row, in order to produce 150 irregular alloys. To save time, a lot of the smaller actions I am going to put on pause, so the video size could be kept as small as possible. Alrighty, so I've taken the raw components, I've added them each to a bloomery, and I'm going to light this one up. I've got this bad habit of making my bloomeries slightly hotter than they should be, for the simple reason I really hate to micromanage charcoal consumption. So, and to use the bellows continuously. So, I'm going to wait for this one. It is going to slowly heat up, but I want to take some time before I activate the second one, because this is a fairly tedious process. We are going to make 75 irregular alloys per bloomery, and that is 75 actions. Okay, there they're starting the heating process. This is quite boring, so we're going to put the video on pause until they're nearly ready. Okay, remember I showed you the quality of the raw resources I used. These bloomeries of mine are 19.5K, so they ended up at 45 quality silver, 47 steel, 35 gold, and 42 gold and 35 copper, and that's just for your interest sake. And we're still with that biggest argument about V-steel, is that you need a high level base resource in order to make V-steel. It's absolute bullshit. You don't need it. Period. About this progress, I tend to go to the second one and light it up. We're almost there. And we're good. Fully heated up. See the variations of everything that you can make. Don't worry. You click on that beautiful word and you produce. And this is about the time that you go to your system tab and you're showing the whole server that you are roughly takes 75 damage points per turn action. So I would highly advise you not to use a bloomery of less than 12k for this, or it will break before you're done and you'll have to repair more often. I'll repair this afterwards. Let's see the progress on this one. Almost there. So I'm going to combine. So yeah, we tried our best to use the lowest possible raw ores. Now we still ended up with a 66 irregular alloy. So I think you're starting to get what I'm getting at here is no matter what quality source component you put into this, you will get decent enough to make a 100 quality V-steel ingot out of it. I have yet to see any V-steel ingot not at 100 quality.